Hi everybody, my name is Dave Marsh and I'd like to welcome you to this portal video tutorial. Now before I begin, I'd like to mention that the portal used during this tutorial may differ slightly from the one that you're currently working with. Nevertheless, the functionality is the same, and for the most part, whatever you see here, you'll easily recognize in your own system. Okay, so let's start by navigating to the email account that you would have initially given to your agent. This is the account where all messages from your agent or on your agent's behalf will be sent. Alright, so once you've entered your login credentials, from your inbox, click on any message from your agent or on behalf of your agent. Now with the message open, you will see two links. The first is a link to open your portal. We'll get to that in a moment, but for now, let's take a look at the second link located near the bottom of your email. Click this link and you'll have the option to unsubscribe from a specific auto email, all system emails from a specific agent, or finally unsubscribe from all system emails sent from all agents of the MLS system or association. Select any of these options, then click the unsubscribe link and it will notify your agent that you've unsubscribed. To resubscribe, simply contact your agent and they can easily set you back up again. Okay, so now that you've learned how to remove yourself from all future emails, let's click on the first link of your email to access your portal's welcome page. And you can think of this page as a repository for information shared between you and your agent. It's a central location that organizes auto searches, reports, and selecting listings in a way that helps you better manage each of them going forward. Your portal also allows you to create and save your own custom searches. It's a communication tool that through email or listing notes connects you with your agent whenever additional property information is required. And finally, because your portal is dynamic, you're always viewing live up-to-the-minute data. So whether there's been a change in the listing price or perhaps just an updated public remark, you'll see it all in real time. So now let's explore in detail each of the features that will come to make your portal experience a productive one. And we'll start with your agent's contact details, and these are located in the information panel to the far left of your portal. Now if your agent has chosen to include a portal greeting, you can click this icon to reveal or to hide their message panel. Alright, underneath the contact information you may see a photo slideshow, and this is simply a collection of all listings that you've chosen to include in either your favorites or your possibilities folder. Now we're going to get into how to categorize listings shortly, but for now, just know that if you currently have no listings in your favorites folder, the slideshow will display listings that you have marked as a possibility. If you have no listings in your possibility folder, then the slideshow won't be visible at all. Okay, we quickly referred to the agent message panel earlier, but just to reiterate, this section is where your agent may include some additional information such as a personal greeting or perhaps just an out-of-the-office message that includes an updated contact information. Either way, if you no longer want to view this panel, simply click the X in the corner to close it, or as we saw a few moments ago, toggle it on or off with the speech bubble icon. Below the message panel, you'll see a list of all direct emails and reports. And this is essentially a collection of all the information sent directly to you from your agent. Use the Show drop-down list to filter items such as reports, individual listings, stats, driving directions, or perhaps a CMA. Also, disabled links indicate that the item is expired, so you may want to ensure that you have saved any important PDFs on your hard drive within 30 days. Alright, below this, the Recent Notes section displays 3 of the most recent notes to and from your agent for up to 10 listings. New notes from your agent that have not yet been read by you are indicated by a note icon with an asterisk. A note icon without an asterisk simply indicates notes either by you or from your agent that have already been read. To view a complete list of all unread notes from your agent, simply click on the Listings with Unread Notes link located under the list of recent notes. Beside that is a link to view all listings with notes. Click this link to view listings with both read and unread notes. To view a conversation in its entirety, or just to add an additional note to the conversation, simply click on any note icon or listing number, then enter your new message in the Notes panel. Now over on the top right side of your page are 3 icons that essentially represent a collection of listings to how you chose to organize them. We'll explore these a little later in the tutorial, but for now, click the Favorites icon to view listings you've added as a favorite. Click the Possibilities icon to view listings that you've added as a possibility. And finally, click the Discarded icon to view listings that you've discarded and are no longer interested in. Now in the portal, you have the ability to create and to save your own basic searches as well. We're going to get into how to do this shortly, but for now, you could find all your custom searches in the My Searches panel. Click on any of these links to view the results of that search, or click on the X to permanently remove it from the list. In the final panel below My Searches on the Welcome page are the searches that have been set up for you by your agent. We call these auto searches, since they're automatically sent to you whenever a new listing appears on the system that matches your search criteria. Simply click on any of these links to view the results of that specific auto search. Alright, so let's move on now from the Welcome page to the Properties tab. And when we do this, it automatically defaults to the Property Search panel. To close this panel, simply click on the Search button and the panel disappears. But for now, let's do a search and find all residential and multifamily listings priced between $300,000 and $450,000 with 2 to 4 bedrooms and 2 or more bathrooms. And it's built anytime after the year 2000. Okay, the rest of this information we'll just leave open, so let's click the search button and view our results. And what we're looking at now is the Properties display page. And as you can see, it has been split into a map view and a details view, separated by a dividing bar. Now, depending on the resolution of your monitor, you may want to adjust the view size by clicking on the bar and then simply dragging it to its new position. Located beside the search buttons are the map shape tools, and we use these to isolate our search to specific areas on the map. Let's demonstrate this by either using the radius tool or the rectangle tool to select our location. And as you can see, isolating an area on the map also filters the results in the details view. Alright, once your shape has been drawn, if you'd like to readjust the size to include more or maybe less area, simply hover over the outside edges, then when a dot appears on the border, click and drag it to the new position. To delete a shape, this time hover over the red dot, and from the pop-up, click the Delete Shape link. Now, we saw earlier on the Welcome page a section called My Searches. And just to reiterate, this is made up of a collection of your custom saved searches in the portal. To save the search we've just created, simply click on the Save button located beside the Map Shape tools, then enter a name for your search. Now I'll call this one 300 to 450 multi-resi. And then I'll click OK. Alright, returning to our Welcome page just for a moment, we see that the custom search that I just saved is now being added to the My Searches panel. Again, to remove this, or maybe any other custom search, simply click on the associated X to permanently delete it. But for now, we're just going to leave it. And if I click on this search, it will immediately take me back to my results. To edit this search, simply make whatever changes you might like, then click on the Save button again to update it. Alright, let's zoom out for a moment, and what you may see is a collection of properties that are grouped together when there are too many listings to display on the map. And these groups are called clusters. We'll simply click on any of these clusters to zoom in and display listings in that particular area. Alright, back up at the menu bar, you'll notice a Jump to Location text box, which essentially takes you to a specific area that you enter. For example, when I type in Westlake Hills, and then I click Enter, if there's more than one result, it prompts me to choose which location I was referring to. And when I do, it zooms in on the selected area. Now this is a great tool if you'd like to quickly view a specific location. Jumping around the map like this, you can easily lose the big picture perspective. And if this happens, simply click the recenter icon to return to your default view. Next to this is the layers icon. Now you may need to zoom in to enable this functionality, but once it's active, you are then able to select specific points of interest that you'd like to view on the map. In the drop-down beside layers are a list of any properties that you have already been sent. Now these include auto searches as well as listings directly emailed to you from your agent. And just like on the welcome page, click on any of these links to view the results in the map and the details section below. Now below these links are simply another access point to your read and your unread notes. Click on either of these links to view listings in each of these categories. Now at some point you may also wish to change the layout by hiding either the map or the details. To do that, simply click on the display button and then select the map only link to show only the map. Or click the split link to show both the map and the details view. Now below each of these, select any of the property detail links to display additional ways to view listings in the details window. But for now, we're just going to leave it like it was and explore the relationship between the map view and the details view. At the bottom, in the details window, we see a list of the properties that fit our search criteria. To view where any of these specific properties are located, simply hover over the listing and then the associated marker highlights on the map. Click on any of these markers, and what that does is open a listing thumbnail pop-up that displays information such as price, status, as well as a link to additional property details. From this pop-up, you also have the ability to select the listing, as well as add it to your favorite, your possibility, or your discarded folder. But we'll get to each of these a little bit later when we discuss the details view. For a definition of what each of these color markers represent, click the legend link located way down here in the bottom left-hand corner. Above this, the ruler link allows you to measure the approximate distance between any 2 points on the map. To edit the ruler, simply hover over either end until a dot appears. Click on this dot, then drag it to its new position. To delete the ruler, simply hover over the numerical distance text, then click the Delete Shape link when it appears in the pop-up. Alright, so now let's get to the heart of the page and take a closer look at the Property Details window. Portal listings are ordered according to their relevance. For example, listings that have not yet been viewed and are less than 72 hours old will appear first in the list and are highlighted with bold listing numbers. On the other hand, listings that are more than 72 hours old and have not yet been viewed will appear just after the newer listings, but only with bold listing numbers. Now we spoke earlier about the favorite, the possibility, and the discarded folders. And just to reiterate, these are the areas in your portal where you can categorize your listings. For example, if there is a property that you love and would definitely like to follow up on, then you'd want to add that to your favorites folder. If the property is a consideration, then you may want to just add it to your possibilities. Properties that you're definitely not interested in, you'd want to add to your discarded folder. To assign a listing to a specific folder, simply click on any of the folder's off icons. And when I do this, notice how the associated folder total increases by 1. Removing a listing from a folder works in exactly the same way, except when we click on the folder on icon, the associated folder total decreases by 1. To view or update the contents of each folder, simply click on the folder button back at the top, then in the Details window, select either a new category to move the listing to, or select the icon to remove it altogether. The next icon that we're going to take a look at is for notes. And notes are essentially an efficient way to communicate with your agent about a specific property. So let's say, for example, I was interested in this property and would like to know the number of days on market. I'd simply click the note icon and type into the notes panel, how long has this been on the market? Click Add Note, and you can see that once my message has been sent, it will appear as a running conversation to the area on the left. Now, as we saw earlier, when your agent responds to a note, you will be alerted in the Notes panel on the Welcome page. Clicking that notification will bring you right back to exactly where we are now. Alright, so let's return to our split display and quickly take a look at 2 additional features. To view the photos associated with each listing, simply click on the listing photo icon in the single line display, and a modal pop-up window will appear. Click the map icon to the right, and a pop-up will display where the listing is located on the map. Alright, so now let's take a look at the full property details by clicking on the listing number. And once in the full display, you'll have access to additional property details, and as we've already seen, the ability to categorize this listing. You can also view its photos through the integrated photo viewer, or simply click on the image to open it in a modal pop-up. Click the map icon to show exactly where this property is located on the map. Then click the display arrow to change the view to either a road view or a bird's eye view. And finally, if it's available, click on the Google Street View link to display a street level view of this listing. Navigate the area simply by clicking the image and moving it around with your mouse. Alright, so let's close our full display and print this in single line mode by first selecting the listing and then clicking on the print link located beneath the property details window. Again, here we've chosen to only print this one listing in single line view, but I could have just as easily selected multiple properties as well as changed the display type to print from back at the top. To email this listing or any selected listings to your agent, simply click on the email link, then enter a message and click the Send button. Now once you've received confirmation that your message has been sent, click OK to close the modal pop-up. Now, as we've discussed earlier, unread listings are indicated by a bold listing number. To mark one or more listings as already viewed, simply select which items you'd like to update and click Mark as Viewed. Alright, before we finish up, I'd like to mention that if you plan on visiting your portal on a regular basis, one thing you may want to consider is bookmarking the page in your favorite internet browser. This will definitely save you a lot of time having to constantly search for the portal URL in your email every time you'd like to view your portal. Okay, well that's it for this portal video tutorial. I'd like to thank you for watching and hope that you enjoyed. Take care.